Well, I was really pleased with the first half. I thought one of the best halves we've had, and we've had some good ones. But we shot the ball extremely well. We handled the press well. I was most pleased defensively. Brittany Sykes didn't have any rebounds. That was one of the keys to our defensive game plan. And Brianna Butler didn't make a three. So overall, just I thought really pleased with the effort at both ends.
Coach, to tie KO's win mark today on a day where you guys have a pink out, I'd imagine that'd be pretty special for you.
Yeah, I actually had no idea. She was an incredible woman. Just did so many great things for the game. A great ambassador for women's basketball. A coach that everybody loved, which is it's kind of hard to do that in this game. But she was so well respected by her players, her coaches, her peers. And she just left a mark for all of us to try to follow. And she did everything with such grace and dignity. And we're happy to be involved in this because of her.
Can you talk about the three-point shooting? You said it was going to be really important, but to see your team go out there and hit, what, 7 of your first 9?
Yeah.
Just the impact that had
I mean,
on this game.
I was wondering if we had missed a shot early on. I mean, it just seemed like K-Mac and Jewell were just making everything. And then Mike came in and made a few. And, 8 for 14 from the three-point line is tremendous. But then we came out in the second half and went 2 for 12. So I thought we should have shot a lot less in the second half. We need to use the post more in the second half. But you asked about the positive part, so I'll come back to that. The first half was really, that was great. I mean, as long as it's going in, it's great to keep shooting them. I mean,
the impact on a zone.
It's deflating. It's just so deflating. It's demoralizing to the defense. I mean, they pressed. We handled it. They played zone. We handled it. They just couldn't get anything going. And Sykes and Butler are such good players. I mean, I was so worried about them. I thought defensively we did a pretty good job on them.
Their coach just said that he thinks this team's better than last year because he said last year the players let Skylar do things, and this year everyone is contributing. Do you agree that this is a better team?
I don't know. I think that remains to be seen. We still have quite a few games left, but I do think that this team is very different in a good way. I think that everybody has stepped up and done more. I think Kayla has done a tremendous job at handling the ball, which is something she didn't have to do at all last year. She's really stepped out and got out of her comfort zone a little bit to play some point for us and has been very effective. Jewell has stepped up and played better. I think these two are the reason that we're playing so well this year because they're very hard to guard. And when they rebound and put it on the floor and go, our attack in transition is so much better and so much harder to guard because they don't know who to stop. So I think when we're on rebounding, that's really what makes us better. We're throwing the ball ahead a little bit more than we did last year, and I mean, these guys are just handling it more.
So the 23-0 start, match is the best ever. Not ready to proclaim this?
No.
Q talked about the reason, the gap between 1 and 2 and the rest of the world. And he said at his analyzation and everything, he came that the coaches that are in that elite are the ones that have been around, that know what to do, know how to put together a program, know how to make things work. And he said the rest of us are just learning. He said, so what do you know now that you didn't know 15 years ago?
I know that's really important to recruit good players. I think our success is all completely based on our players. And we've had good recruiting classes over the last probably 5 or 6 years, and it shows. I think when you have good players, it makes you look really good. And these guys, they work hard, they're self-motivated, they compete. I'm the luckiest person in the world to be coaching this team.
How important is it to stay with the same system all those years so that you can recruit players to plug into that system rather than having to change it to fit?
Well, I like to adapt my system to the players, but if we can recruit to our system, which is what we've been able to do lately, I think it's so much better because I like the freedom and the creativity that our offense allows. So when you recruit good players, they want to have that freedom too. I think it makes us harder to guard, and I think the system has been incredibly effective for the teams that we've had over the past few years.
Jewell, you guys are sitting at 23-0. Just how much fun has this year been for you guys?
It's been a work in progress. It's really fun with this team, and we try to implement fun everywhere we go, and definitely in practice. But we still got a lot of stuff to do and a lot of things to improve on. So it's just another day in the office.
Sometimes when you're 23-0, sometimes the pressure builds. How do you keep it loose? As far as just obviously you've had a lot of success, but sometimes people get tight the more it builds up and up, it's like a house of cards, you start getting more nervous. It doesn't seem to be affecting it at all.
Not until you said that. You know, I think we're really good at taking it one game at a time and just focusing on game plan and not outcome and what we're doing in the game and for preparation for that. And we do try to have fun. You know, our practices are shorter. We come in, we have intensity for an hour and 15 minutes, and we're done. So I don't think we're looking ahead. I don't think that we're focusing on what our record is. We know what our goals are, and that's kind of foremost in our mind right now.
You shot 51% and you had 20 offensive rebounds. Can you just talk about the effort at the offensive end?
Yeah, phenomenal effort. I mean, that was great. We got out-rebounded at Florida State. We weren't happy about that. We gave up 19 offensive rebounds to Syracuse, too, which is not a good stat for us. But, you know, I think we're doing a pretty good job overall. I think we can rebound better. I think certain people can rebound better. I thought Ariel Breaker came in and gave us a really big lift at times on the offensive glass. And I think these guys can rebound more.
K-Mac, you guys obviously have been really good this year, but as far as the teams you've played on in the past, where do you kind of see this one at in your 4 years here?
I think everybody's just kind of taken a step more. I think if you look at our bench, I think that's one of the main reasons that we've been so successful too. Because with Mike and Maddie and Taya, they bring instant offense when they come in, and they just know the game. And I think coaching staff does a really good job of just instilling confidence. It starts in practice. We mix it up a little bit, and I just think that it starts there, and they bring it out, and they're working hard each and every day.
Where does the confidence level sit in your guys' locker room when you are undefeated this far into the season?
I think we still have a chip on our shoulder. I think we play in the best conference in the country, and we know it's going to be a tough game. We're going to get everybody's best game, night in and night out, and it's just sticking to the game plan and just taking it one game at a time.
Muffet, where would you assess Lindsay right now? I mean, with into February and everything, point guard play. Obviously, her role is not to shoot as much and everything, even though she shoots such a high percentage. But as you head into the tail end of the season,
you know, I thought before today's game, I thought that she has really been phenomenal. I mean, she just gets better every game. She's really coachable. She's steady. She knows who to get the ball to. She throws it ahead. She pushes it. Her pace is always good. Defensively, you know, she's doing some good things. I think we threw a lot at her, and she's handled it all really well. I'd say probably better than I anticipated, and that's been great. I mean, she's surrounded by veteran players, which makes it so much easier for her. So she doesn't have to be the vocal leader. So there's a little less on her plate to do, but I'm really happy with where she is.
Kayla, can you talk about just the way you guys came out and torched the zone with those three?
We were just finding the gaps. I think we were playing really well together, making the extra pass, and we were hitting shots. So that gave us a lot of energy and intensity, got the crowd going, which got us going, and we just went from there.
He had asked about staying focused when you're undefeated and taking it game by game, but at this point in the season, I think a lot of people would maybe expect you guys kind of just be in that mode where, hey, let's play UConn and play for the national title. How do you guys, as players, keep your mindset, take it game by game?
It's a mental toughness thing. I think from my standpoint, I've been through 3 years. I know what it takes to get to the Final Four, and it's not letting up on any day. Whether it's in practice, whether it's in film, whether it's in the game. You have to give 110% all the time, and that one slip up could be the national championship, could be the Final Four, and we're trying to get back there, and it's just taking it one game at a time and just remaining confident and mentally tough.
Jewell, can you talk about your shooting today, 9 of 11?
I think our players found me when I was open, and I was just trying to be relaxed. I wasn't trying to force anything, and I give credit to my teammates for giving confidence to me. But it's pretty lucky.
Syracuse coach said last year they probably wouldn't have gone out and guarded you on the three-point line. Can you just talk about?
I don't know why.
Yeah. I got better last year than I did this year. So, that's interesting. But, shots could go in and they're not. But, it's a good day.
You've been on a good tear shooting three-pointers lately, though. Can you talk about just what you've done to change your numbers around here?
Just more reps and knowing that I can shoot. Not trying to force it or anything, but just taking it what the defense gives me.
All right, tell me about the alley-oop to Achanwa. Can we call it an alley-oop?
Yeah, of course. I just saw her, and I know she could get up there, and just one of those things.
Have you been working with her on that?
No, just just eye connection. You know, I saw her going and she gave me the hand. I was like, all right. I trust her, so she finished. It was a good place, good for the crowd and good for the game.
Yeah.
Coach, you said at the start of the year, the one worry that you had with this team, you said you thought they were going to be really good, but you were worried that they wouldn't have the same swagger that they had when Skylar was here. Have you seen that swag now? Is it there?
Yes, it definitely is there. And, I love it. I do. I love it. These two and Ace, I think they have a really great, confident approach. They're never too confident. They are just very confident in each other and in themselves.
Anything else?
They only had one worry at the beginning? That's good to know. Replace that one.